Our story is more than what hobbits and elves know. It is time we told it ourselves.
Betty's beautiful bed designs. Let's go over how to build some of these. So we'll start with the singles. It's all basically the same steps, just different materials. We'll start with stone, since that'll be the first thing you have access to. So you're going to pick the stone block right underneath the simple door. Place down your headstone, your headboard. Now we're going to switch to stone tile. So you're going to lift it up off the floor and you're going to slowly approach the headboard. And we're looking for it to be yellow or the normal solid color.
I'll destroy you first.
Now you can see we've got it hovering off the ground. Don't worry about the siege. For some reason, it's attacking an interior hearth, and because of the angle of it inside Narve Forge, they're trying to attack from somewhere outside, like in the mines of Moria. If you have trouble getting this to line up off the ground, sometimes you need to place a tile on the floor first. So this is having trouble right now because I've got a granite floor here. So place a tile on the floor and that'll automatically let you put another tile above it. Just make sure it's touching the stone block above it. Right? So that's not quite touching the stone block. That's not going to work. This is sometimes the trickiest part. Okay, so that's touching the stone block. So sometimes laying a tile down on the floor first will help. Then you can carefully select the stone tile underneath it. Now your stone tile's elevated. Once you have that elevated one, it's easy to snap two more onto it. So you need at least 3 tiles to fit the bedroll. Now we need another stone block for the footboard. Let's make sure it's connected because perspective sucks sometimes. And now we select our bedroll under essentials. Try to center it how you want it. And it's not centered. As I said, sometimes perspective. Let's make sure we're selecting the bed, not the stone block. Bedroll. Bedroll. Alright, let's try looking on. There we go. 1 stone bed. No special tools needed. Just your basic building supplies. Alright, so the wood post bed does take special supplies because you do need obazum wood to make that. So you have to be down to the lower deeps at least. And I believe the steel hammer. I don't remember if steel hammer is required to unlock wood posts as well. So once you get access to the wood posts, again, just a tile width apart, single tile apart. And then you'll have access to the small wood railing when you get access to the wood post. The special lattice, I can't get to it. The special lattice panels down here, you don't get until you have access to ironwood, which is much later in the game. Okay, so we're just going to snap the railing, small railing section in between the 2 posts. Now you can do the wood floor, granite floor, or you're not going to have access to the polished wood tiles yet. Or you can do a wood tile. Again, you're going to try and get it to sink into the middle. Which takes some effort sometimes. Okay, so let's try our stone tile technique. Switch to the wood tile. Let's see if that's connected. Nope, not even close. It's also because the wood tile wasn't anywhere close either. We can also just do the stone tile. Doesn't have to be all wood. In fact, this is how I made the beds in the garrison. Okay, so we need to go back to the wood post on the corner of the tile. Thankfully, they just snap there. You can leave no railing on there if you want in between. Or if you want to, you can add a railing in here. Sometimes it won't go in there if you have that last tile in there. So sometimes you need to get rid of this last stone tile to be able to make the railing snap in there. And sometimes if you have, like right now, it won't put that railing in there. You can get rid of one of the posts. This one, the wood one's probably the most trickiest, I think. Okay. Well, that's interesting. And they're at different heights. There we go. Now let's put that last wood tile, stone tile in there. Voila. Wood post bed. You're not really going to see what that you have stone tiles in there once you put the bed on top. Bed roll. But you do have to use floor tiles, right? Because the bedroll has to go on the floor. So you need to use floor tiles of whatever design you want. Alright, so what if you want to try the bunk beds? Bunk beds are a little trickier because the upper post, wood post, need that railing section here to attach to. Alright, bunk beds. Wood post, rail, wood post. It's interesting how sometimes those don't connect together right. Okay, so let's do this so they match. Because sometimes they attach deeper in the stone floor. Okay, so we're not going to do the polished wood floor. We're going to do a stone tile. Because I've been having better luck with that. Okay, I can tell that it's touching the wood post. Yep. Now we need wood post. Make sure that's touching. Okay, it is. Okay, railing. Then the last wood post. And for whatever reason, the first one goes in deeper, the second one doesn't. So we just redo that. Bed. If you have patience for wood tile, you can try and get that to work. It takes a lot more work to get the wood tile to work. Okay, so bunk bed. Second one, like I said, you need the railing on the headboard and the footboard, because as you can see, the wood post on the second bed attaches to the railing, not to the wood post. Okay, side railing, wood post. Now, floor tile. Ooh, that one's a little bit further in. That might not work. Stone floor tile. Okay, so I did get it up to the middle. Let's try where the brackets are. And get it to trigger with the railing instead of the I mean, if we have to do it up at the top, that's fine too. Sometimes if you can push it through it, it'll recognize it. You just gotta keep trying it from different angles. That's pretty far back. And then you just gotta be ready. Sometimes changing the height might work. Changing the distance. Hitting those control tabs. This is where trying to do stuff on Xbox is much more difficult. There we go, got it! And it's still too far in. God dang it. Okay, I added a second tile there just to see if I could get it to extend, so there's not a weird gap. Alright, wood post, railing, wood post, always off on the second one. Okay, replace it. So now they match. Okay, now you need go under furnishings. And you just need a step stool. Now you can access the bed below, climb up to the bed above. Bunk bed. Okay, double bed. The double bed, you can use whatever you want for the corner posts. So say you want to have a fancy bed, but you're still early on in the game. We can go with a stone wall column if you want. That's pretty big. Or you can go with stone blocks. I just stack them up too high so that you can have like a headboard. Now the stone bed platform. It's going to want to go right to that top of that first block, but we want to try and get it in the middle. Okay, and it's attached. Now we just need to go 3. Stone block. Oh, if I can get my fingers to work today. All right, bed rolls. 1, 2. Double bed out of stone. Easy beginner bed. Okay, so let's go a little more complicated. For instance, the one I built there, I had access to the tall wood columns and their crowns. So that one I did column base. So we're doing a double, so it's going to be 2 spaces across, right? If we're doing a triple, it's 3 spaces across. So we're doing a double. So I'm going to put the base down. And then I'm going to do the top, the crown, for the headboard. Actually, I want to see the metal bits. So let's rotate. Now, if we're going to have access to that, we're going to have access to the railing. So let's do the small railing. If they don't line up, you just reposition. Sometimes if you slide it across the other one, it'll help position it better. And then sometimes it just won't match. So you go the other way. Good enough. Okay. Let's do some above. We're having trouble with the railings today, huh? The railings just don't want to go together. See it dancing there? There we go. Now that meshed. All right, wood floor. Well, let's try wood floor. See how hard it's going to be today. So this one, it's going to naturally want to bounce in between at that break, which I'm okay with. If you want to mess with it more, you can try and do the tile stack and get it in the middle and the lower half, but I'm okay with it being up high. So let's do 3. Alright, now since the footboard is going to be shorter, we can just go straight to the crowns. Wood column crown. Put your railing in. Whoops, my bed's in the way. Okay, got it. And wood column crown. And I just realized I want them facing that way. So let's see if we can replace this one. I like seeing the metal bits when I look at it. All right. Bedroll. One, 2. Double-sized wooden bed. King-size bed, big enough for 3. This starts to get a little easier than messing with the single tiles. Wood post. Full-sized railing, because that spans three places, right? And now we're going to do full-sized floor tile. So if you have trouble placing it, lay one down first, and then you can usually get one on top of it. If that's still not at the height you want, do one more. Now very carefully select the floor tiles below. Be sure it says polished wood floor, not granite. Okay, polished wood floor, not granite. Now you have your elevated bed. These are so much easier, I think, when you use the entire wood floor tile. Okay, so we need corner post. Wood railing again if you choose to have one. And corner post. Those even. That second one always gets elevated. It's very interesting. I think it's because the first one ends up attaching to the bottom of the floor first. Okay. If you wanted to make your headboard taller, add another wood post. Remember, it's attaching to, actually it looks like it's attaching to the floor this time. Add another railing in there. There you go. And you can use the dots to help line up your bed. Right? And there you go, king size bed. Granite beds. Or granite wood combo bed. So granite beds, we're pretty much stuck with just these column crowns, which are pretty limiting and pretty fat. I wish we had skinnier column posts, like the size of the wood post, but out of granite. But we're stuck with what we got. So let's start with a column base for the headboard. So these I like to make king size bed size, just because anything smaller would be pretty tight. So we got 2 bases, 3 spaces apart. Put your topper crown on to give your headboard height. And then here you can put whatever you want. Let's try decorative barrier this time for this one. Let's stack it up twice. All right, granite floor. Now you can either place your granite floor first, or when you put it on there, you could see the stairs would line up. I like doing stairs that step up to the bed. So sometimes it's easier if you put the stairs in first. You gotta make sure that they're touching the column. They're gonna act weird because we've got that foundation here. So the granite floor with the foundation makes the steps sink in an extra space. Okay, so now that you've got those there, now you can put your floor on top of it, because it'll make the floor snap right to the stairs. And that one stair is too far in. You see that? Oh, that's because the floor didn't even attach. Although this stair is too far in. This stair is not touching. That's the problem. Stairs. Okay. Floor. And one more set of stairs on the front side. And now we want a column top crown for the foot. Let's just snap in. Okay. Granite bed, and those steps don't touch. Oh, perspective. Perspective. They sure look like they were touching. Let's draw it in. There we go. Got it. And bed rolls. And because you have a surface here, now you can throw any decorations on there you want. So if you want like a sign, you can set the sign in there. If you want a wall hanger, you can put a wall hanger on here. It's all up to you. You want to put torch on the side of your bed, you can bury it in the post. Oh boy. It's all up to your imagination at this point. Make it bigger, smaller. I find sometimes laying down the stairs first and will help you get that tile floor to the right height, right? Wood column post. Wood poster beds. So in game, depending on how far along you are, you can have access to balsam wood columns or ironwood columns, which can be super skinny. So depending on where you are in the game and what your look is that you're going for, you can choose the type of wood columns you want. So let's go with super tall. Actually, let's just go with tall wood columns since most of you probably have access to that. So I want to make mine a triple, king size. Remember, if you want to make a double, it's 2 spaces across, king size. So that would be like a queen, 2 spaces across for 2 beds, 3 spaces across for 3 beds, and a floor tile. Just because floor tiles are easier to work with. All right, let's put a railing in here. So we can just stack these all the way up to the top if you'd like. And then let's do stairs. Now, stairs are tricky because on the granite floor they want to attach in a weird way as opposed to onto the bed. Oh, too far back. 3x3, not 3x4. You can make a 3x4 if you want. Alright, now let's see if we can get better luck putting the floor in. Okay, let's see what stairs work well. Do we need to use the bigger stairs? Maybe we need the bigger stairs. These are too far in. Why does this side always not connect? There we go. Poster bed. You don't have to have the stairs on all sides. I just prefer to do it that way. If you want to save space and only have the bed accessible from one angle, you can do that too. So we could get rid of those stairs. Get rid of those stairs. And leave it open. Or put in a railing at the bottom to finish it off. Or you can leave it open. Up to you. And you can do whatever you'd like for attachments at the top. Leave it open at the top. Put railings in at the top. Or if you don't like the railing, you could change it out for the beam. Remember, you have this wood cross beam. That's going to attach kind of weird. It looks like it wants to do below the hinges or above the hinges. We can't get it into the hinges. So it looks like you have to play with that a little bit. So you could do the cross beam. You could also do the corner braces. So like if we wanted to do the ornate ones, rotate it around. So you have the corner braces. You want to double down with the railing also. Maybe the fancy one. Okay. So sometimes if it won't mesh together like that, you can get rid of one piece, put in the piece you're trying to put on, and now go back and see if you can get that other piece to mesh in there. Voila. Order of application. And if you want banisters, cloth coverings, you can either do a banner or I think you could probably get away with a flag too. Let's see if we can get a flag in here. You could do a flag. Gives you little hangy thingies. It's pretty much whatever you can imagine and you want to try. A fancier look besides just the wood railings. You can try using the banisters. Wood railing. Wood railing. So you can try using the banisters, which will attach to the columns. Flip it around. That one's sticking up for some. Oh no, the other one did stick up too. Okay. You switch it up with the short railings. Don't think I can get that. There we go. Might not be able to get that one in there. You can figure out whatever designs you want. Happy bed building. Thanks for watching.